In the name of God, who lights our way, who blessed us with all that we have. Our aim is high, to shine in the sky. We'll lead us with faith and confidence. Memon Academy, Memon Academy, journey to excellence. This is our journey to excellence. As we plant the seed for a brighter dawn, seek knowledge to build a better world. And we learn to create, we are curious to know, compassionate and strengthened to serve. Memon Academy, Memon Academy, journey to excellence. This is our journey to excellence. Now we stand connected hand in hand, our eagles to honor and defend, committed to peace and harmony, conscientious as global citizens. Memon Academy, Memon Academy, journey to excellence. This is our journey to excellence.
The Chairman, Nasarpuria Memon Jamat, Mr. Osman Varwani, the Chairman, Memon Education Board, Mr. Isaac Baga, the Member in Charge, Memon Academy High, Mr. Abdulatif Bachelani, the Member in Charge, Memon Academy High, IGCSE Section, and the Vice Chair, Memon Education Board, Mr. Imtiaz Arunani, all the members of board present with all the protocols observed, the principal, teachers, parents, graduates, and all our guests today. A very good afternoon to you all, and welcome to this auspicious occasion. I will be your host, Madam Kanana. Before we start, I would wish to invite Munir Bachani from Year 10B for an opening prayer. Munir.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Thank you very much, Munir, for a wonderful start. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm greatly honored and very proud to be part of this very unique celebration. I call it unique because 2019-2020 group of students were an exceptional lot. The graduates you see here today have beaten all odds to be here and, to say the least, wear a smile on their faces. I salute them. Ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, the group of students you see here today were overall focused and diligent boys and girls. What I see in front of me is a group of responsible young adults who have a tale to tell to the future generations. A tale that struck Kenya exactly 2 months before the young champions started their final exams. The international Cambridge examination for May-June sadly was cancelled, ladies and gentlemen. However, despite the tragic news, These young, responsible adults we see here today did not give up. To our surprise, actually up to 90% of the students were willing to recite for the exams come November. This was a clear reflection of their zeal. Together with the exceptional and well-trained teachers, with the unending support from the administration, today we are celebrating a true picture of our students' hard work. I see in front of me our future doctors, pilots, politicians, engineers, teachers, successful business persons, etc., etc., etc. Join me, therefore, so that we can celebrate this day together in their honor. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Memon Academy IGCSE 2019-2020 virtual graduation ceremony. So before I hand over the mic to the MCs, I would wish to mention that this group of students has witnessed the most outstanding and talented students we ever had. From the top performer, soft-spoken, language analyst, and a true definition of a go-getter, Rihanna Mohammed, who, ladies and gentlemen, skipped a class due to her outstanding performance and still maintained a top position by acquiring as many A-stars. Today, she is the top student. To Kamal, a young, aggressive, humble, and equally hardworking gentleman. This young man transferred from back then the war-torn Yemen to face a totally different country here in Kenya with the obvious share of culture shock. Kamal has been an inspiration not only to me, but to many others in the entire Memon fraternity. Despite his visual challenge, he has always known his purpose. He never missed school, nor did he ever miss exams. It is no wonder he's among the top students today. I can go on, but let me leave it at that. These students are a true representation of the many untold tales of the graduates that we have here today. We shall invite the said students shortly for an interview. Our dear graduates, the 4 years you've spent with us will forever remain in our records as the best. We enjoyed your company and we shall truly miss you. Therefore, we need you to know today that we celebrate you all. Let me take this opportunity on behalf of Memon Education Board and the entire Memon fraternity to give my special thanks to all those who made this day a success. First and foremost, I would wish to thank the member in charge, the Memon Education Board, together with Madam Zora, our admin, for putting in a lot of effort to ensure that this day is a success. I would like to thank our principal, Mr. Mongi, the deputies, Madam Zainab and Madam Sophia, together with all the teachers and non-teaching staff for the effort they put in organizing this day. Worth special mentioning is the IT team that have done a tremendous job to ensure that the virtual graduation runs with no hitches. We shall forever remain indebted. To our guests today, our graduates, it is because of you that we are here today. So in an exceptional way, receive our sincere thanks. Finally, to our viewers, we thank you for taking some time off your busy schedule to view this live ceremony. May God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take this opportunity to introduce the student MCs who will be taking us through the program for the day. MC Kauthar Dakik and MC Umer Varwani. But as they prepare to come and take us through the program, remember that Corona is here with us and it is real. Here are a few steps that will help you keep safe during these abnormal times. Clean your hands always with soap and water. Take about 20 seconds to do that. Cough and sneeze in your bent elbow and not in your hands. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or even your mouth. Avoid close contact with someone who is sick. Limit your social gatherings and time spent in crowded places. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects like door handles, tables, and others. Wear your face mask always. Sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kanana. It is very exciting to be here today. The 2020 batch were a force to reckon with, but before I say much, Umair, please lead us with the first act.
Thank you so much, Kauthar. This first item reminds me of my role as a peace-loving Kenyan citizen. It reminds me that the students we have today will soon be citizens who will be voting, who will have owned an ID. So, as a true patriot, allow me to call on stage the Year 7 boys to lead us with the national anthem.
That was wonderful, Year 7s. I truly applaud you. Moving on, we're very lucky to have parents or guardians at home, and for that, we thank Allah. Our parents have yet entrusted us with another set of parents right here at school that we luckily call our teachers. As a school, we're very proud to have a loving and caring dad, our principal. Who has been with us through thick and thin, supporting our dreams and implanting knowledge in our heads. Therefore, it is an honor for me to call on screen Mr. Mwangi for his speech.
I would like to welcome and thank you all for joining us today in our online ceremony. I hope you are going to enjoy our 2020 IGCSE's graduation ceremony. To start off our event, I'm glad to inform you that at the Memon Academy High, we aspire to harness our rich culture to achieve academic excellence. It is in light of this that I'm delighted to highlight our phenomenal growth in all aspects, which define Memon Academy High as a reputable learning institution. I'm glad to announce to you that this team, which has withered so many handles occasioned by COVID-19 pandemic, is our second batch of Cambridge IGCSE. The fact that this group had to adjust to a new system of teaching and still managed to accomplish successful completion of their curriculum is something that cannot go unnoticed. In this regard, I wish to congratulate all the parties involved, especially our students, for this big virtual Memon Academy accomplishment. Let me now highlight some of the key accomplishments achieved by Memon Academy High during the past 2019-2020 academic year. Let me begin by inviting you to have a look at our performance. As usual, our steady, impressive performance in final examinations continue to catapult our school as one of the top academic performers of Kenya. This has made Memon Academy High preferred school of choice for parents nationally. The summary of 2019-2020 IGCSE top grades was as follows: A star 1, A 8, B 18. The school mean score, which was C, that is 65%, set a high bar for the consecutive scholars. This is a step in the right direction. I, therefore, sincerely congratulate all the students on their sterling performance and call upon them to proudly collect their awards and certificates in this graduation ceremony. Indeed, they deserve to celebrate their impressive individual performance. We wish our Year 11 alumni the best of success in all their endeavors in the next chapter of their academic journey. May they be good ambassadors of the school wherever they will be. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome our new IGCSE entrants, Year 7 and 8 candidates, to Memon Academy High. I call upon them to emulate our graduating class today and work towards excelling in their studies. A school's success is dependent on consistent, high quality, great dedication and devotion of its staff in service delivery. Memon Academy High teachers, administrative staff, and support staff homogeneity in task performance ensures our students make positive and continuous progress. The recruitment of highly qualified and experienced teachers and their retention by Memon Education Board is highly commendable. Our continued students' discipline and exemplary performance cannot go unnoticed. We hereby assure you that your teachers are open to helping, encouraging, and guiding you in every way possible and are just a call away. Please feel free to reach out to them anytime. To our dear parents, you play a crucial role in securing your children's promising future, and we appreciate your commitment, sacrifices, and faithfulness in ensuring same. Despite the recent handles, we now, more than ever before, would like to motivate you not to relent in giving your full support to our school. Indeed, your supporting relationship with our institution has made the work of shaping the future of the student by teachers easier. We teachers appreciate your contribution at all times. Thank you so much. We also celebrate you today. I wish to appreciate the important role played by the Memon Education Board Administrator, Madam Zora, in consistently coordinating the virtual Memon Academy online platform. The same also goes to the IT technicians, Yunus and Abrazak, for ensuring smooth online teachings. Similarly, I commend Madam Sofia, Mr. Geshina, and the entire IGCSE team of staff for doing a good job. Keep it up. As we celebrate our students and staff achievements, I have to point out and emphasize that the success we enjoy today has been made possible by our very supportive Memon Education Board under the leadership of our chairman, Mr. Isaac Baga, who is always working towards making our work easier and effective. Likewise, Mr. Brativ Bachelani, the Memon Education Board Secretary, and Memon Academy High Member in Charge, together with Mr. Imtiaz Harunani, the Memon Education Board Vice Chairman and the IGCSE Member in Charge, have done their best to keep the team together and always encouraging us to work as a team and a united one for that matter. All the other Memon Education Board members have played their respective roles very well, and we are grateful and proud of them. May I end my speech by wishing this year's IGCSE and KCSE candidates success in their forthcoming examinations. Thank you all for attending this virtual graduation ceremony.
That was indeed wonderful. We are proud to be part of this very big family called Memon Academy High. Dear viewers, the next group of people we are about to call on stage today requires each one of us to adjust our seats, pick a cup of coffee, and adjust our volumes. Madam Kanana just gave us a tip of the iceberg about the two we are about to bring on screen today. Kauthar, do you have anything to say before we go on?
Thank you, Umair. Yes, I'd love to add a few words. The two great minds we have here today are a true representation of the 2020 batch. Hardworking, focused, determined, and true role models to other students. Therefore, without further ado, let me please introduce Rihanna on screen. Good afternoon, Rihanna.
Good afternoon, Kauthar.
It is a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, we all know that you transferred from 844 to IGCSE. I would love to know how that transition was, and did you happen to face any struggles?
Similar with every change that occurs in an individual's life, the prospect of leaving behind a familiar environment and willingly going into uncharted waters was, as most would expect, terrifying. Despite constantly doubting my decisions and actions along the way, I decided to go into it with an open mind. During my short presence in Form 1 that had only lasted for a term, I'd already gotten a feel for the teachers and students in Memon. I viewed this change through a positive lens, one that would bring on exciting new challenges. However, adapting to the new curriculum was not all a walk in the park. In spite of this, my new teachers assured their unwavering and constant support. They slightly modified their teaching techniques so as to cater for me, at least until I found my groove. Their friendly, mellow nature made it easy for me to approach them with some of the difficulties that I was experiencing at the time. However, having had to cope with the new environment proved to be a temporary obstacle. My new class was now filled with students who had varying personalities, most falling under the boisterous spectrum. Despite their over-the-top, friendly nature that at times made me feel overwhelmed, they immediately made me feel welcomed, like I had been part of their class since the dawn of time.
That is simply amazing, and amazing teamwork. Moving on, I would like to ask, what are some of the unique aspects you got on Memon?
A lot of things stood out to me with regards to Memon as an institution itself, but also in the way it handled its students. It was remarkably motivating to see the voices of students being heard and acknowledged by teachers. Every concern that a student brought forth would arise this deep need for the school to look deep into the problem, try to make alterations where possible, and overall ensure they lifted any unease from the students. Moreover, Memon took the initiative to encourage its students to participate in an array of activities, to be all-rounded individuals, and to excel in whatever brought joy to them. Those that were initially hesitant to involve themselves in co-curricular activities would witness this motivating account and would consequently work towards ensuring that they were not left behind in the upcoming events. I greatly appreciate the fact that the school goes far and beyond in awarding its students for every milestone and every achievement they hit. The effort they inject in acknowledging our successes is unfathomably great, certainly far better than that of any other school.
That is so amazing. It is a wonderful school after all. Lastly, what can you say about your personal growth during the time you spent here in Memon?
I can comfortably say that Memon has truly molded my character for the better by emphasizing certain values that I now hold in high regard. Values that I do not think would be much of an importance to me had I studied in other institutions. The ability to infuse Islamic teachings within our education. The ability to infuse Islamic teachings within our education by constantly reminding us of the vital need to put Allah first went a long way in securing our successes. Learning in Memon was akin to getting the best of both worlds, in a sense where we got to learn and value our own education whilst also working towards our final goal, the hereafter.
That is so beautiful. Thank you, Rihanna, for your time of being here. It is such a pleasure to interview you.
Thank you again for having me.
That was wonderful, Rihanna, as we saw. Now for the second great mind, Umair, please take the lead.
Thank you, Kauthar. Our next guest is a graduate and an inspiration to many. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Kamal. According to our records in school, Alhamdulillah, you are amongst the top students who has been the best at everything from academics to discipline. But there must be some memorable experiences that you have gone through and you would like to share with us.
Yes, I do.
Assalamu alaikum and a good afternoon to you all. Mr. Mwangi, the teachers were the source of my success, my dear mother, and all my fellow graduates. We are here today to celebrate our triumph as we have reached the end of a chapter in our lives, where from here onwards, we would work harder to become the pilots, engineers, doctors, and businessmen that we would love to be. Throughout our 4 years in Memon, we had made many happy memories that we will soon be telling our children, inshallah. Like for example, I would never forget those messy birthdays that drove Miss Sophia very crazy, to the extent, as a result of that, she had to cancel all our future birthdays. Or the time when we had made a certain teacher angry, as we had kept super glue on the door and his hand got stuck. Or those nights when we made Mr. Nzikari sleep deprived, as we had disturbed him all night during our trip to Salt Lake. I would really miss those days, as they were days that I treasured, and I really thank the school for trying its best to give us the best comfortable zone to study, as even though we might not have had the best entertainment, we made most of what we had.
That's wonderful. It certainly changes my perspective towards our educational journey, inshallah. And what advice would you like to give our fellow students out there?
As for my fellow students, my advice would be, we all suffer setbacks of different kinds, be it weak vision, like yours truly, or the loss of a dear one. This on the contrary should be a turning point in our lives to strive and do better. We should not give up, as the key to success is persistence. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us 5 prayers a day, so that we continuously ask for His divine assistance in terms of guiding us to the right path and strengthening our faith.
Thank you for that motivation. Finally, do you have any parting message for your fellow graduates?
Yes, my dear handsome graduates, this is not the end of our road. We still have a long path to follow. We need to set a good example to our juniors. Today we are all winners in one way or another. None of us is smarter than the other. Allah gave each one of us a gift that we should build on and thank Him for it. To conclude, I would love to wish all the graduates a successful, bright future, and I would want to thank Team Ndani particularly for making me have happy memories of this school.
Thank you for your time and best of luck in the future. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Rehana and Kamal, those were just wonderful, wonderful words. To say I am touched is the least. Indeed, it is through hard work and optimism that we can live to tell such stories. Dear viewers, Rehana and Kamal were our students that represent the kind of stories that each and every student might have been through but have not publicly said. Today, right here, we honor you as our heroes. And always remember, viewers, that all our dreams can come true if we have enough courage to pursue them. Thank you so much, Rehana and Kamal, again. Umair, do you have anything to add?
Indeed, we look forward to such success stories in the future. As Winston Churchill once said, success is the ability to go from one failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm. I now take this opportunity to welcome words of wisdom on screen from our 2 members in charge, Mr. Abdulatif Bachilani and Mr. Imtiaz Harunani. Welcome.
Thank you for your words of wisdom, kind sirs. As we celebrate the 2020 graduates, it's good to keep in mind that learning itself is a process. As we learn new things every day, we learn to grow more. Before I invite the poetry recital, I must say the wise words of Leonardo da Vinci when he said, "Education is the only thing that the mind never exhausts, never regrets, and never fears." With those words said, let me introduce the beautiful Year 8 and Year 9 girls for a poem.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise.
If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. Kama unaweza weka kichapo kimoja cha mafanikio yako, hatimaye upoteze ufanisi wote.
Urudie kwa mwanzo hadi mwisho wa ufanisi. Usitamke mambo hayo kwa yeyote.
Je, yawezekana kulazimisha maoni hayo kisha uvumilie?
Kisha uwe na msimamo huo huo hadi uambiwe basi. Our fingers are all crossed as we all hope for a cure to end the pandemic of COVID-19, which has killed many like Ebola did in 15. Friends have journeyed to the land of the dead, enemies have journeyed as well.
We are now united by sympathies, but still divided by entities. Our compassions cannot travel beyond the walls of our rooms. We are now left to succumb the limitations set by WHO, as that is better for me and you. Our fingers are still crossed as we hope for a cure to make things get back to how it used to be like before.
إذ كنت تستطيع التحدث مع الحسود والحفاظ على فضائلك، أو تمشي مع الملوك ولا تفقد اللمسة العامة، إذ لم يؤذيك الأعداء ولا الأصدقاء، إذ كان كل رجل يحسبون معك ولكن لا يجدون الكثير، إذ كنت تستطيع ملاء دقيقة لا تحرم من 60 ثانية من مسافة الجري، لك الأرض وكل ما فيها، وهو أكثر من ذلك، ستكون رجلا يا ابني.
Great job, Year 8s and 9s. That was definitely well prepared. Dear viewers, let us not forget the glaring fact that behind these beautiful, successful graduates, there's a team of very hardworking teachers and administrators who ensured that our candidates are well equipped. I would like to take this opportunity to call on screen the strong pillars that we may not be seeing them every day, but are doing wonders behind the scenes. I would like to invite the chairman of Nasapuria Memon Jamaat, Mr. Osman Barwani, and the chairman of Memon Education Board, Mr. Isaac Baga. Welcome. Welcome, sirs. It's a pleasure to have you online. As we all know, due to this pandemic, a lot of sectors have been affected, education being one of them. We would like to be enlightened about the way forward with education and focusing mainly on Memon Academy and what plans the community has in store.
Thank you, Umair. You and your colleague Kausar are doing a marvelous job. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. This event's chief guest, Chairman Nasapuria Memon Jamaat, Brother Osman Barwani, Principal Memon Academy High, Mr. Mwangi, Deputy for IGCSE, Madam Sofia, Member in charges Abdul Latif and Imtiaz, fellow board members, students and viewers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the amazing group of youngsters who are graduating today. On behalf of the Memon Education Board, I wish you grand success in your future endeavors and may you go on to become exemplary citizens of the society. We are honored to have online with us the chairman, Brother Osman. Thank you very much for being with us, and I heartily welcome you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Brother Isaac Baga, Chairman, Memon Education Board, and all the viewers. Thank you for having me here. We will jump straight to our conversation. Hats off to the board for sailing our ship through the tempest and turbulence this year. I must say, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And I saw exemplary courage, confidence, resilience, and innovation in your leadership and the team from the onset. You swiftly enabled the online learning platform and launched the virtual Memon Academy, VMA. And in our last Memon Academy event, I had said this and I repeat, your entire team, Memon Education Board, our principals and staff, the administration, and not to forget the students and parents, shall be remembered for years to come, not for what our schools lost to the pandemic, but how we responded to it. May Allah bless you all for your immense sacrifice and tireless efforts. Now, I had also requested you, Chairman, to challenge our educators to look into creative and interactive ways to keep our student body engaged at home. I certainly hope we managed. And is it still an ongoing initiative?
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Well, it has not been about academics all throughout. There has been a good mix of practical activities and projects, which included home management assignments, religious programs and activities. We have also continuously kept our parents engaged and updated, especially on the WhatsApp medium. Today's event, Chairman sir, and the previous virtual graduation are a manifestation of how well our staff and students have adapted to the virtual Memon Academy. We take pride in the fact that our students have not been left out of continuous learning and constant upgrading of their skills. We have also humbly maintained the welfare of our staff. They deserve a pat on the back for their unwavering dedication. Now, Chairman sir, in line with the same, we have witnessed that digital learning is the go-to option and has become the culture, especially in private schools. What do you think? Would virtual classrooms remain a reality even after COVID?
Thank you, Chairman. COVID or no COVID, blended learning was and is the future anyway. Blended learning is a hybrid model where, with modest investments in technology and an internet connection, the learner approaches education through both classroom or face-to-face learning, as well as online learning. I remember presenting a paper in Lesotho about blended learning way back in 2009. So, COVID has simply accelerated the process. Come 2021, parents and students may opt for any of the three models: classroom, blended, or online. Our students from out of Mombasa, for example, have no choice but to continue with online learning and virtual classrooms. The good news is, and I am proud of the fact, that Memon Academy seemingly is already in a position to offer all three models in a post-COVID world. You know, they say necessity is the mother of invention. In this case, the stress of COVID became the father of this accelerated paradigm shift towards technology. And whether we like it or not, it's here to stay. Let us embrace it. Now, Chairman, yes, we need to future-proof ourselves and rapidly evolve into different models of education in today's disrupted world. Feather in your cap, the Memon Academy has over the years successfully rolled out the twin curriculum model. The Cambridge curriculum seems to have taken off very well and growing. Chairman, I'm also aware of the fact that the COVID crisis has placed a setback in the board's strategic plan, especially for the IGCSE A levels. Nothing should stop us, however. What are your plans?
Oh yes, we had lofty plans, and those flames of hope are still burning. Our strategic paper on introduction of Cambridge A levels was ready early this year, courtesy of Banagishina. and our board and staff are gung-ho about it. Once the prevailing situation eases off, we plan to implement in September 2021, inshallah. And our dream of having a sports arena of our own, Chairman Sir, is still very much on the front burner. It is our ardent hope that with assistance from your good offices, Memon Academy will realize this dream too in 2021. On behalf of the board, I also heartily appreciate the community's support to the board in all our decisions so far. We are still geared up for difficult times next year, with the announcement that schools fully reopen in January 2021. With extra space needed to meet the precautions in place and the plans for IGCSE that we have, please advise on the availability of facilities and pledges from the community level that we can look forward to.
Alhamdulillah, our academic institutions touch thousands of lives every year, and so it is that we are truly blessed. And let us not forget our founding fathers who had the vision and foresight to sow the seeds of our institutions, and the selfless efforts of volunteers who sacrifice for the cause. Well, COVID or no COVID, the community will leave no stone unturned in supporting our schools. There may be specific requirements in 2021 for face-to-face learning in terms of additional space, safety protocols, and more. We have already created additional entrances and exits to the compound to break up student crowding and bottlenecks. I like to see our schools as gardens. We always have and shall keep doing everything possible to enable conducive and safe learning spaces to protect and nurture our students. So rest assured, Chairman, we are always there for the school and in support of the Memon Education Board.
Thank you very much, Chairman Sir, for those reassuring words. And we as the board pledge to deliver fully on the duties devolving upon our offices. Right. Chairman, you work with governmental educational institutions and you are also a technologist. How do you think Memon Academy is placed on the future roadmap vis-a-vis what's happening in Kenya?
Thank you, Chairman. You have touched an area I am very passionate but equally concerned about. In my recent TED Talk, I envisioned the future of the education system in Kenya and why it needs to be upgraded to Education 2.0. History tells us that there were 3 industrial revolutions and now we are upon the 4th, IR 4.0. For example, factory automation, personalized car assembly, etc. This will require a skill set that is very different from the traditional syllabus in our schools today. We are talking about artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain technology, robotics, and data sciences. Chairman, are our Form 4 school levels prepared for that? Is our education system really building human resource capacity for the future? No. The jobs we know of today and have existed for the last 50 years probably will not exist in the near future. In Kenya, we are gradually moving to CBC from 844, but is it working? Time will tell, and we don't have that time. A 14-year-old child's idea can disrupt a 60-year-old corporate today. I'm very, very happy to note, Chairman, that Memon Academy is already looking into setting up STEM labs, so our students get exposure to skills of the future. I'm sure you're also planning on imparting basic entrepreneurship skills from primary level. Dear students, this message is for you. Technology is a tool. Use it, don't abuse it, don't misuse it. Dear parents, this one to you, embrace technology. Don't snatch it away from your children. Instead, manage their time and access to digital content and take responsibility for it. For what was pen and paper to you and I, to them it's technology and gadgets. And finally, to the class of 2020, we have success stories right in front of us. Rihanna, awesome performance throughout. Kamal and Magd, all the way from war-torn Yemen to Memon Academy. and work their way to top of class. In spite of visual impairment, these brothers have proven that disability is not inability. Tubaita, this is an emotional moment for all of us. If your parents were here, they would be very proud of you. And class of 2020, you are all a success story, for you overcame all the obstacles thrown your way, struggling through online platforms, which requires a lot of willpower away from daily distractions. You did not give up. And here you are today. I'm honored to be part of your graduation, and I congratulate your parents, families, and your teachers for this milestone achievement in your life. In the post-COVID world, your generation will face and embrace new challenges and responsibilities to rebuild your community, your country, and the world. You may fall and fall again, but let's rise and move forward. Your journey to excellence never stops. Congratulations once again. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, viewers, and thank you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Chairman Sir, for your kind words of encouragement and for affording us your time. I'd also like to appreciate the support of the Nasapuria Memon Jamaat officials and the Trustee Board, the Jamaat's administrative staff and our COVID response team. Thank you, Bwana Mwangi, Madam Sophia, and your team at Memon Academy High. Fellow board members, your unwavering support and dedication is highly appreciated. Okay. My thanks go to Messrs. Innovus for the Lenny platform. To the parents, we value your confidence and trust in Memon Academy. Kudos to the technical team behind today's event, Zora Kadanani, Abdulrazak Salyani, Yunus Baradia, and Abdulaziz Harunani. Thank you to the members in charge, Brother Imtiaz Harunani, and especially to Brother Abdulatif Bachlani for having held fort in the absence of Imtiaz. Thank you, dear viewers, for being with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much, Chairman. We have most certainly learned a lot. Umair, what's next?
As they said, too much work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Amidst everything, a light moment is always therapeutic. I call upon Sharif and Fardeen to tickle us a bit.
Hello everyone and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sharif and I am from Year 10.
My name is Fardeen and I am from Year 10.
Did you all know that in the 20th century, laughter was officially acknowledged as a science? It was called the psychology of laughter.
And it is said that laughter is like a windshield wiper. It doesn't stop the rain, but it does give us the power to go on forward. So brother, all we need to do is keep a beautiful smile on our faces at all times.
But brother, at times like this, look at the conditions around us.
Yeah, I know that it's difficult to smile in times like this, but hey, look at the bright side. Now no one can say that sitting at home and doing nothing with all the quarantines and lockdowns is a waste of time.
It isn't?
Of course not, brother. We're saving the world. Hey, there's nothing like sitting at home and doing nothing in this lovely weather.
Yes, one problem though, brother. Staying at home and binging on the junk, my fear is that the buttons on my school uniform will social distance themselves too. Sorry, it's the quarantine that makes me want to crack inside jokes.
Absolutely. Like, I'm not bored of being quarantined. It's actually quite informative. For instance, I struck up a conversation with a spider last night. It even told me that it's a web designer.
Taking a look at high school, well, it's not about bragging, but my sister actually did pretty well there.
Really?
Yes, she was the valedictorian, head girl, co-curricular pro, and star in everything.
MashaAllah, brother, that's class.
Yes, so as to say these are the perks of being homeschooled.
On the topic of school, let me ask you, what's the difference between a cat and a comma?
A cat and a comma. Please tell me, how do they relate?
A cat has claws on its paws, and a comma is a pause at the end of every clause. I have another one.
Then go ahead.
How do trees get online?
Do tell.
Simple. They just log in.
Okay, enough. Answer this now. How many times can you subtract 10 from 100?
I guess 10.
Wrong. You can only subtract 10 from 100 once, because the next time you subtract, it would be subtracting 10 from 90. Okay. I have one more. What did one traffic light say to the other?
Huh? I have no idea. What?
It said, "Stop looking, I'm changing."
Okay, answer this. What did one eye say to the other? It's easy. It said, between you and me, something smells.
Okay, what breed of dog can jump higher than a building?
Hey, buildings can't jump. See, I knew it. Now answer this. Why did it get so hot in the cricket stadium after the game?
Oh, I know. Because all the fans left. Speaking of cricket, I couldn't figure out why the cricket ball was getting larger. And then it hit me.
Okay, boss. We are both even. Hey, do you remember this one instance when we pranked our maths teacher?
Yes, the strict and upright and always early teacher. Very annoying.
So, we decided that all of us in class were going to work on a plan together and keep students at each corner of the school. Then, as he entered, we would all get a chance to walk beside him.
Yes. I remember we told the students to tell the teacher, "Good morning, sir. Your face. What's wrong? You don't look well at all."
Remember, at first, the teacher kept on denying it. But by the time he entered our class, he kept on touching his face and he greeted us in a very sad and serious tone.
Yes, I remember. He said, "Good morning, students. I am not feeling very well today. I need to take the day off. You can have a free lesson."
Alas, but that's how we students are. Always looking for the easier way out. So, my dear viewers, if we burden our minds with the problems of the world, it will surely affect us.
True, well said, brother. Which is why we have to take life seriously, but not to over-exaggerate.
May Allah help us to help each other in these difficult times. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharif and Fardeen. That was a very funny skit. You are definitely going to be viral after that. Let us always remember the wonderful words of Nelson Mandela when he said, "Education is the most powerful weapon. You can use it to change the world." Now, our viewers, finally, for the moment we've all been waiting for. Without the students here today, this day would have been just a dream. Therefore, I take this opportunity to give my utmost and hearty congratulations to the graduates as they await their graduations. For this, I would love to call on stage Madam Kanana and Mr. Matata.
Thank you very much, Kauthar. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2019-2020 graduation ceremony. In this section, we shall be awarding the students with a mean grade of A star, A and B respectively. We shall also be awarding the best per subject, the most disciplined student of the year, the most outstanding student, and the best in co-curricular activities. Mr. Matata, please join me as we graduate the following students.
Thank you, Madam Kalana. We start with the graduation of Afraj Singh, a very careful, prudent, and thought-showing student who is always smiling.
Halima Abdurrahman Muhammad was a girl with a lovely personality, the most generous person I knew in that class. She was always ready to help when called upon. Sheikha Fahim Hadi was an ever-smiling student, always happy and with a friendly nature. She is a great team player.
Ali Muhammad Haj Aladina, a compassionate, showing sympathy and concern for others, a polite and humble student. Ahmed Mohammed Farouk, very considerate, showing courtesy and always ready to lend a hand.
Saher Muhammad Farouk Abu, always ready to help when called upon. She's a great team player and a great team leader too.
Lukman Abdulhamid Mamdani, a confident student with always ready to assist one another with great abilities and qualities. Sahil Munir Admani, always ready to lend a hand to his classmates, polite and very hard-working.
Bai Muhammad Ahmed, very outspoken, a true believer and team player. She's easy to interact with and quite friendly to the others. Akla Muhammad is a pleasant girl, determined and with a lovely personality. She's a strong girl who will wear a smile even when she's down. She's a great team player and a wonderful friend to many. Sumaya Mohammed Halui, a very polite girl, cool to be around with. She's gifted with generosity and will lend a hand to her friends whenever need arises. She knows the value of togetherness and a great team leader. Hadija Sumra Muhammad, a girl with a golden heart, humble, quiet in nature, and always ready to assist. Ibtisam Sadat Muhammad, very quiet, wearing a smile on her face always, and ready to help.
Islam Mohammed Suleiman, a very focused student, always smiling and ready to help wherever needed. He is ever serious and always a go-getter.
Samia Sajid Yunus Jiwa, a great team leader, always determined and a great orator. We shall definitely miss her during the English lessons. Alia Sajad Khan, a girl with a golden heart, very humble, quiet in nature, friendly, hardworking, and a go-getter too.
Mahir Mohammed Rafiq, humble student, always inquiring about everything that he doesn't understand, ready to be assisted. Shoaib Isaac Dadar, a very good footballer, a cheerful student with good personality.
Zamzam Mohammed Hamid was the class prefect. She's a great team event organizer. You can trust her with your events. She was very hardworking and always focused. Aya Muhammad Ahmed Grainun, a generous, a young gifted girl with a lovely personality.
Saeed Noor Muhammad, a very alert boy, lively and ready to engage energetically.
Alia Khalid Yusuf, a super girl with super qualities. She knows her worth, focused and always determined. Aluya Ahmed Abubakar, down-to-earth girl, a staunch believer in hard work. She's always focused and a great team player.
Ali Abdul Khalik Mohammed Mazrui, a very hardworking student, disciplined, and a very smart footballer.
Solha Saleh Mohammed Shaman, a true definition of an all-rounded person, the Kofi Annan of the class. She is always there to ensure the girls worked as a team. Ladies and gentlemen, she is pursuing her A-levels as we speak.
Naushad Khalid Hassan, a very alert boy, with clear thinking and intellectually active, focused, and disciplined.
Ilham Zakir Mohammed, a very hardworking girl with a strong personality. She was very good in analyzing stories.
Anif Hazmi Hamid, ambitious student, having desire and determination to achieve. Already got an admission in a piloting school in Nairobi.
Saher Abdullah Jafar, a very polite, focused girl. She knows the goals and works towards achieving them. She's a great team player. Nasim Kasam Hashim. You need a light moment? Call Nasim, ever jovial, but knows a purpose. She was equally hardworking. Ariba Shabaz Khan, a down-to-earth student and a staunch believer in hard work. She has a strong self-drive and already pursuing her A-levels.
Botan Hashim Abdi, a very encouraging student, giving others support, confidence and hope, and the funniest boy in the class.
Mehreen Feroz Khan, she was a class prefect, ever on time, a super team leader with a great commanding tone. We definitely will miss her. Sarah Sajad Mohammed, she got a main grade of B, and she was a great example of a focused mind. She knows what she wants and she works towards achieving it.
Junaid Zakir Mohammed Osman, a very forgiving student, down to earth, feeling no anger or resentment to offenses or mistakes. With a mean grade of B. Farhan Mohammed Azm, best boy in history, got a mean grade of B. Is a gritty, showing courage, resolve, and strength of character. Abdurrahman Jailan Sheikh got a mean grade of B. He was the best boy in curricular activities, harmonious one, always free from disagreement or dissent. He was always the sheikh of the class.
Sumaya Bashir Muhammad got a mean grade of B, a very humble but focused young lady with an outstanding personality. She believes in hard work. Humaira Bashir Admani, she got a mean grade of B. She knows a goal, she has a great personality, and will always be out to help others. Shanaz Rafiq Bashir got a mean grade of B. A very friendly girl with a pleasant personality. She will make you smile even at your worst moment. Fatma Abdirahman Adam, she got a mean grade of B. She's a great writer, reasons out of the box, and makes sense out of almost anything. She was the best in co-curricular activities.
Asadullah Muhammad Munir Jin, a liberal student, respecting behavior and opinions of different students. Muhammad Saleh Muhammad, a lively student, full of life and energy, active and encouraging, a good footballer and a self-reliant boy.
Ilham Asif Nurani got a mean grade of B, a very ambitious girl and a great team leader. She was the class prefect and overall the most disciplined girl in the class.
Bilal Mwalim Manyumba got a mean grade of B, a methodical student, orderly and systematic in thoughts and behavior. He was a good debater with great personality, focused and discipline.
Jasmine Kaur, she got a mean grade of B. She knows her worth, she knows her purpose, and works towards achieving her goals. She's so cool to be around. She is also doing her A-levels. Fatma Saleh Muhammad got a mean grade of B, a scientist in the making, a very determined girl. She was always ready to help. She's also pursuing her A-levels.
Ahmed Jariab Khan got a mean grade of B, a mindful student, conscious and aware of the present moment, currently doing A-levels. Nabil Abdul Alim Balala, best boy in Swahili, got a mean grade of B, open-minded, accepting of and receptive to change, or new ideas. Fahim Sahid Khamis, best boy in ICT, got a mean grade of B, very organized, structured, systematic, and planning effectively.
Sabrina Shiraz Baga, she got a mean grade of A. She's a great mind, a great mathematician, and a great student. She was very hardworking and a cheerful girl. Faiza Mustafa Kadir, she got a mean grade of A. A very cool and focused girl. She's always friendly and a great team player. She was the best student in Arabic. The beta side Omar, she got a mean grade of A, a go-getter, hard worker, an excellent debater. She was the best in ICT and already pursuing her A-levels. Anaida Anwar Said, she got a mean grade of A. She's very polite, hardworking, ambitious, ever smiling, and a great team leader. She was the best student in geography.
Mohammed Talib Ali, the most disciplined student, got a mean grade of an A, is very passionate, having and showing or driven by strong feelings of belief and honesty. Down to earth student who is always a go-getter, a great mathematician as well.
Hamna Harun Said got a mean grade of A, a very quiet girl, a great accountant, humble, true believer in the sky is the limit. She was the best student in eco and accounts. She's already pursuing her A-levels.
Kamal Omar Al-Kendi, best boy in chemistry and geography, got a mean grade of an A and is a very supportive, tidy, truthful, and unselfish boy who is always ready to support one another. Magd Omar Al-Kendi, brother to Kamal, got a mean grade of an A, best boy in mathematics, English, biology, physics, Islamiyat, Arabic, accounting, and economics. A passionate student, patient, prudent, and punctual all the time. Is a great mathematician and most notably an outstanding boy in all aspects of life. He is currently pursuing his A-levels.
Rihanna Ahmad Omar. Rihanna got a mean grade of A star. She was the best in maths, the best in English, the best in biology, the best in chemistry, the best in physics, the best in Islamiyat, the best in history, the best in Swahili. Ladies and gentlemen, she was the outstanding student of the year. Rihanna is a force to reckon with, a scientist, a linguist, and overall a great debater. She is an exceptional student and an exceptional performer too. Rihanna is pursuing her A-levels right now.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to all graduates. I wish you the very best in your future endeavors.
You are now given the powers to study. Remember, now you're all-level graduates. The sky is the limit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Matata and Miss Kanana. Again, I would love to give my congratulations to the graduates batch of 2020. Umair, inshallah, next year we will be in this glamour. Doesn't that make you nervous? Now, for any event to be a success, there's a special team of people behind. Therefore, I would love to call Thubaita to give a vote of thanks to these people. With that being said, I, Kauthar, your MC, will be signing off.
Honorable Chairman of Nasarpuriya Memon Jamaat, respected Education Board members, our principal, teachers and most valuable viewers, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion. My name is Thubaita Saeed. I'm a former Year 11 graduate, and on behalf of Memon Academy High and the entire organization team of the virtual graduation, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to each and every one of you for gracing us with your important presence. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation first and foremost to the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us good health and keeping us safe in these difficult times. In addition to enabling us to complete our studies and witness today's special event, Alhamdulillah.
Further on, we are grateful to our parents for providing us with the utmost necessary to carry out our studies in the best of manners. I may like to express our genuine thanks to the administration board here at Memon Academy to have our convenience at their disposal. I also wish to express my gratitude to the Education Board fraternity for providing us with this platform. We are all very grateful to our principal, deputy, and the dean of IGCSE for their analysis of correct school education, excellence, and ethos. And we also would like to acknowledge our gratitude to all the teachers for exposing us to very interesting theories during our class hours. We are inspired by your great words. Finally, a big thank you to the MCs for their efforts toward handling this graduation program beautifully. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty thanks to Ms. Zora for the perfect logistic support and guidance she has extended to all of us at today's event. I also extend my thanks to our IT experts, Mr. Abdul Razak and Mr. Yunus, for their cooperation in the organization of this event. Well, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago. It requires immense planning and a bird's eye for every detail. We have been fortunate enough to be backed up by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of Memon Academy High, who know their job and are results-oriented. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to state that we are all most grateful to all speakers on the stage. We thank you for being here with us this evening. It has been a great pleasure. Shukran. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Thubaita. Last but not least, I call upon Abdurrahman Jailan for a closing dua. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Take care. Stay safe. This is your MC, Umair, signing off.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abdurrahman Jailani Sheikh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما عضيت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت إنه لا يضل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت وتباركت ربنا وتعاليت. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم اشف موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم اشف موتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم لا سهلا إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصل اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. آمين.